Good morning everybody, how are we all today? Day 5. Cannot believe I've actually got 4 up and I'm on to day 5. But where is the time going? I am currently sat at the sewing machine. Just stick you around a bit so you can see. I'm sat at the sewing machine and I am basting together my Winslow Culottes because I can remember, I've read the instructions, but I've jumped around a little bit and I'm not quite certain whether Helen has put in for this one to baste it together and check the fitting. So let's just have a quick look. I'm not certain if she does on this one. If she does, she does. If she doesn't, she doesn't. I can't see. I have only had a quick read, but I have had a read through because I'm going to change the zip in the Winslow Culottes, but it means I will have to think about how I construct them around the waistband and the zip itself. I will take a bit of time to think about it, but I have a feeling I might be onto it today. But I thought before I do that, I'm just going to check the fit around the waist just to make certain that they work. Now, as I've mentioned before, I have a basting stitch on my sewing machine. If you do not have a dedicated basting machine, use the longest stitch you have. But I do find that a machine basting when I am doing fitting is probably the best and the most secure way of doing it. So I have done the crotch seam on the front. Now I am doing the crotch seam on the back. I don't want to tell you about the zip until I get to it, because I'm really very excited about the zip. And I have got some ric-rac from Andrea. I've got the zip from Andrea as well. Look at this. I went for this. Isn't it just beautiful? If you see my Instagram stories, I did put a story up saying, is it possible to fall in love with ric-rac? With the ric-rac, when it comes to sewing it on, I had to go, I forgot to say to Andrea, can you send me the coordinated thread for the ric-rac? So I had to nip to my local boys to get the thread to sew the ric-rac down. And I'm rather hoping that I can use one, I'm looking down because I'm trying to put this away at the same time. Right, back in there. I'm rather thinking, because it's the wide ric-rac, so it's about 1 point. So little Luke, the ears is half an inch. No, it's not. Trying to put it under the sewing machine to get a measure. It's about 1.5 centimetres wide. So I was thinking of trying to do some kind of double stitch or some kind of decorative stitch around it to secure it on, rather than just trying to get it to go straight through the middle, because then it'll flap. It was all right when I was little because there was loads of ric-rac on the children's dresses that my mum used to make. Excuse me. It's 25 to 11 on Monday morning and I need to go in the garden because I'm going out with a friend for a coffee very soon. But I could just do with going outside and doing a little bit of weeding. We've had some lovely weather, but we've had a little bit of rain. And rain plus heat equals weeds and grass. And I need to cut all the grass and get the weeds in because it's bin day tomorrow. So I need to get it's garden bin day tomorrow, so I need to fill it up a little bit more. But I thought, no, I'm just going to sit down, watch a vlog. Thank you, Becky, from What Bex Sews. Just watch Bex's Friday sews, and I've got another Bex and Cara special to watch later on today, which I'm looking forward to. Oh, and today in the evening, it is the Thready Set Go pattern party. And I failed abysmally making the Emily dress. I've got the fabric. I forgot to send the pattern to Andrea to get printed. I thought I'd sent Andrea 2 patterns. I sent 1. I was thinking, I'm sure I've sent her 2. And I checked my invoice and my order, and no, it was my fault. I'd only sent 1 pattern at that point, and then I thought, this is ridiculous, I'm just not going to get the Emily dress done. So I thought I'll go to the pattern party, sit back and listen to, oh gosh, I can't remember the lady's name, who does, I'll put the name in here, the lady that does the patterns, so dressmaking. and I shall listen to her, and Victoria from Rosy Cheeks is on as well, so I'm looking forward to that a lot. So there you go. So that's where I'm up to today, and here we are, 5 minutes of waffle. Oh, can I just say thank you so much. The comments that you're all giving me regarding me doing these daily vlogs, it's really uplifting. That's the only way I can describe it. It's just uplifting. Thank you so much, because you're taking your time to respond to me. It really means so very, very much. And yeah, it makes it worthwhile doing. It really does. And I do it because I think I enjoy doing it. And there's a two-way thing with the vlog thing. For me, I'm 63, nearly 64, and technology can run away. As you get older, technology can run away from you. And it keeps me engaged with technology and the way of the world and how the world is evolving and moving forward, because looking at technology as one aspect of the way that we've evolved as a culture has been quite important in my life. My late father, it's 6 years since I lost my dad now, but my dad was a chartered engineer. He was a professor of electronics, and his field was robotic vision and microchips. So as things evolved and my children got their first toys that made sounds, we had these things called siren sounders, and it was a little top that you put on a box, and the top changed the sound that the box made. And my father just looked at it, rolled his eyes and went, "That sums up my life's work. Tough, Dad, but your grandson loved it." Tristan adored his siren sounders. And yesterday, his dad's great-grandson got a bus thing from the car boot sale that made lots of different noises when it pressed buttons. But then, of course, we evolved into the mobile phone, which Dad was part of involving in how that technology was going forward. So I've been in an environment throughout my life where technology has changed. I can tell you this, we were not the first on the street to get a television recorder. We weren't the first on the street to get a colour television. But we were the first on the street to have a compact disc player and a microwave oven. That sums up Dad, because the laser technology to play the compact disc was, to him, far more important than the tape on the DVD. And when my brother and I wanted to record things when we were little, we didn't have an old cassette tape recorder. God, I'm waffling now, aren't I? I hope you find it interesting. Some of you might be able to relate to this, but when we were younger, we used to have little cassette tapes that we used to pop in and push down and put in front of the television and press the play and record button to record our favourite song on Top of the Pops. No, Dad gave us an old reel-to-reel tape recorder that he'd had when he was younger, and he said, "Play with this, and then you can have one of those." So that's one of the reasons why technology has moved forward to having all the computers and the ability to store in the cloud and the ability to take via a cable from my camera to my laptop, or just airdrop from my phone to my laptop. It's just keeping abreast with all of that. And you guys watching the videos makes me want to do it more, because there's more to find out. I have discovered from doing my Burnside bibs a little bit of a sew along that's coming, a bit of a challenge. I've worked out how to do a voiceover. You would not believe how excited I was when I worked out how to do a voiceover. I texted my children and they went, "That's straightforward, Mother. What are you excited about?" And I'm like, shut up. And the sewing machine, the computerised sewing machine, I had a Benina 180 many years ago. It was my first machine from Mr. Drummond. And David knew that we could take embroidery designs from the internet and put it onto the sewing machine. And we're talking the turn of the millennium when we got that machine. And we struggled to do it. We even got cables. We got the IT guy at David's company to try and get it to work, but we could never get it working. And now, of course, we've got a USB stick, laptop, sewing machine. But as Rowan would say, bish bash bosh, done. So thank you for indulging me in my technological strivings, is the best way of putting it. But your comments, just absolutely wonderful. They mean so very, very much to me. And thank you. And I hope you enjoyed seeing Oliver. Just in case anybody was worried, Oliver was perfectly safe, because just here was his mother. She did leave at one point because his little face was so transfixed on the needle going up and down. She went and got Tristan. Tristan had just been for a run. We're both fighting injury, Tristan and I, with our running. He's got feet and back, and I've still got my knees still not right, but I am walking a lot every day to try and supple it up. But that's not getting my sewing done. Let's do a bit more sewing, and let's see if we can get these fitted. I might nip out into the garden. I might actually do a before and after, because it is absolutely a tip at the moment, because I've just left it and now we've had the rain, it's gone crazy. Right, after 10 minutes of sheer waffle, but that's like, do you know, daily vlogging is fun, isn't it? Because I can just talk to you. I feel more natural as well. Anyway, not getting everything done, let's get going and I'll speak to you later. But the post is just me. I've got some happy mail. Now, I know that most of this package is not for me. It's for Lorianne, because Lorianne, unfortunately, she ordered some fabric from Guthrie and Ghani. This is from Guthrie and Ghani, from their Goddess collection. And she wanted to make, oh my gosh, it's a darling dress by Megan Nielsen. I can't remember which dress it is. I'll write the name of the pattern there. And she just said, I just don't have enough. I just don't have enough. So, I don't want to rip it. Oh, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Let me slide it out. I'm going to put Lorianne's piece back in here and wrap it up for her. But it was the Goddess collection, and Lorianne needed another ½ metre of this one. And I said, Lorianne, why are you rushing to make your dress? And you want to do it, I think it's one that Lauren has made and put on her website, and Lorianne has bought the sew along for it from Guthrie and Ghani, and she just doesn't have enough fabric and she needed 2½ metres. So I said, look, let me just order you a length of fabric and then we'll pop it in and bring it over. So that is, and I'll wrap it up in the tissue paper so it's nice and safe for its journey onwards to Oregon next week. But I have got the lovely cards. So first of all, we've got a reminder that, oh, enjoy your beautiful fabrics from G&G. Oh, that's lovely. And this is from the lovely Gemma, picked by somebody whose name I can't read. But Gemma, you've packed it, thank you. And there's care labels on the back. And this is her first collection, the collaboration with Rachel Parker, which I still haven't made up. But she's given me a card for the Goddess collection. Oh my gosh, is that not just beautiful? And it just so happens that I ordered 1.2 metres because you need 1.2 metres to make. And I'm watching down here on the floor. Oh, she's moved. Poppy's been down on the floor. I want to make a Remy Raglan in this, and I think it'll look beautiful in that. So I'm looking forward. So that is going to go in the wash. I've just set my washing machine going. But now I must get ready because my friend is coming to collect me very, very soon. I'm going out with Mel. Just going out, I keep saying my friend. I'm going out with Mel. For the sake, why do I need to keep saying I'm going out with my friend? It's Mel. Mel is due any minute. Right. No, I'm not even going to take that bit. Tim voice. To orient. That can go in the bin. It's all here. And I love the cards. Absolutely love it. I put them on my pinboard. Oh, and I've got a card thing with all the cards. In fact, I might put it in the card box up there. So I've got it with all the cards from patterns and things that I've had over the past year and fabric. So I feel very naughty having bought that, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's a viscose linen and it's got quite a loose weave. Look at that. It's actually a bit opaque, but I think that would look lovely under my Burnside bibs. I just love the swirls. I find there's a lot of movement in swirls, and it would also look beautiful with my falconer pants. I'm going for the Remy Raglan. I was a bit toyed with whether I should do another Ashton top, but my Ashton top, I've decided next time I do one, I'm literally going to make it. I'm going to make it up in a size lower than I've done, and I'm going to make it up a size lower again, and then I'm going to make it in calico So when you make mink calico, you do it can just be your shoulder seams, your side seams and your darts, nothing more. And then, because that's all you need for your toile, because the other bits are facings, you don't need to cut those out. So when I do that, I will go through that process with you, but it might not be this year, it might be next year. But the Remy Raglan, I know, I think, oh gosh, it's so beautiful, isn't it? It's a long time since I bought a piece of G&G's own fabric. Forgive me, I have sinned. Sinned in Slimming World as well. I had some crisps yesterday. Totally sinned. Oh, and of course, it'll look lovely with my Winslow Culottes. You could say I'm trying to create a little capsule, couldn't you? And this needs to now go through to my spare bedroom to make its onward journey to Oregon. And now I'm going out. Right, I'm feeling really happy. I have attacked it all together and it fits. It's absolutely perfect. I took a decision on the size to make. Yes, I'm just checking which size it is that I made. Yes, I took a calculated decision on the size I was going to make using my measurements and then looking from my measurements to the ease to see how much ease I was going to have. And the sizing I find on Helen's Closet, it's broken down into smaller little gaps, so I can be a little bit more precise. And I was umming and ahhing between two. The size I made the Ashton top in and the size bigger. So I actually made it a size bigger to account for my hips and to give myself a gentle amount of ease in the waist. So I measured my waist and then I loosened the tape measure to make certain I felt comfortable. And then I actually plumbed for the measurement in the middle, and that's what's given me the size. I don't want to go into too much, but basically I used a measurement. I didn't use my actual measurement, I used a comfortable measurement, and then I looked at the ease and I've popped it on, closed it up, and it is absolutely perfect. It's not very scientific, but it's based on my measurement. I haven't looked at the finished measurement. I've looked at the finished measurement to know how much ease I'm going to have all the way around, and I feel that by doing it the way I've done it, I can feel the amount of ease it says it should have in it, and I hope that makes sense. So now I'm going to sew back together what I've got, but I'm actually going to start to think now about putting in the zip. So I'm just going to do some sewing together of seams because I can't put the zip in until I've got the waistband on. And I'm not going to say what I'm doing with the zip either today until I absolutely know I can start it today, because I want to hold you in suspense. But I am doing something that I have never done before on a garment, and I've been sewing a very, very long time, and I will need to use the stitches in my sewing machine to get that good result on both putting the ric-rac on and the zip. I am super excited to do the zip with you, but I'm not going to push it because I know I've recorded a lot today and I don't want to keep these videos long. And I'm currently on the Thready Set Go Pattern Club meeting, and it's absolutely lovely, lovely, lovely. So I will come back to you later when I have done my prep. make certain, rather than just doing a line down there, that it's not flipping and flopping. But can you see? It's just a question of trying to get that stitch on. And I've got stitch over stitch over stitch. I think all I need to do is I can keep practicing, but that's what I'm trying to do. There's lots and lots of different stitch types that I can try on the sewing machine. And I think, I mean, I could just sew it down the middle, and I think sewing it down the middle won't look as good as sewing it down with different stitches. And I think I do need to I just need to go for it now. I could sit here and pontificate on it for quite a lot longer, and I'm not going to. So it is getting dark. It is time to turn off the camera for tonight. Thank you so much for staying with me. I am going to now sit back and I am going to sew this down. So wish me luck, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day of sewing, walking, and I have got a shift at Castle Howard. So I'm hoping it's a sunny morning and I can take some footage as I walk down to the house and show you how beautiful it's all looking. So until tomorrow, I'll see you later. Bye bye.